It's Sunday. It's Sunday. It's the final of the European Championships, but the highlight is here. We have 1 hour max. Me and Timo are going to try and entertain you, but you are going to be part of this show. The audience is going to be taking Timo on. I'm going to be keeping score. We're going to be looking at some silly things from the internet, and we are going to be quizzing you on what you think happens next, basically, or what do you think somebody's going to say. And Timo's not seen any of these clips whatsoever. I'll let Timo introduce himself in a second. But essentially, you're going to be taking him on. Now, just to be clear, for when the quiz actually starts, when it's your turn, when it's the audience's turn to answer a question, I am going to be accepting. I'm not going to be putting a poll out. I'm going to be accepting the very first answer from somebody who actually tags me in, so it shows up in highlighted in my comments. So if you tag @CultureCats and then put the answer, the first one I see, I'll bring up on the screen. And for that question, it'll be the answer for the audience. So you can all play. Everyone can play. And obviously, Timo's going to be playing. So before we get into the structure of the silliness, Timo, thank you so much for coming on and competing. I will just let you introduce yourself.
You're very welcome. I'm happy to be here. Hi, I'm Timo. I'm a German person living in Ireland for nearly 2 decades, and I help artificial intelligence to learn German for a living currently.
Oh, I didn't realize you could speak German.
That's my mother language, yes.
Really? Right.
Yes.
Oh, we'll have a little bit of a chat. I won't embarrass myself now on live, but have a bit of a chat when we're done. Okay. So the rules are simply this. I've got a piece of paper and a pen, which makes me the winner. The rules are this. I'm going to show some clips. We're going to do a practice run, okay? I'm going to show some clips, and I'm going to explain a little bit about it, and then I'm going to ask you to come up with what you predict is going to be on the clip. And whether you get closer or the audience gets closer, I'll decide, and then it'll be a point to you or the audience. So for a bit of practice, I've shown this clip before, so this is just practice. It's not worth any points. I'm going to pull up a clip by Caveman Tate. Now, if you do follow me on Twitter, you'll see I quite often tweet out somebody called Nullen, the biscuit overlord, whose Twitter account is pinned to the chat. The live chat, and I've taken a lot of this stuff from him. Please go and give him a follow. He's absolutely brilliant. But he often retweets a character that he's named Caveman Tate. Now, if you've not seen him before, you'll get a flavour of it in a second. Caveman Tate is going to have a 34-second clip, and I'm going to ask you, just practice, remember, how many times in this 34 seconds do you think he can say the words "Do you understand?" and which food does he think is gay? So you see, it's impossible to get it right. I'll say first thing that comes to me from the chat I'll bring up. But what do you think, Timo? How many times in 34 seconds can somebody say the words "Do you understand"?
About 10. 10, let's say 10. Good round number.
Jim does know this one because Jim had this as a clip on his thing. So Jim does know it. You say 10. Ian Saxby says 13 times. So we've got 10 for you, 13 for you. We'll see who's closest. And what vegetable is gay?
Oh, God. Aubergines or eggplants, if you prefer.
Aubergines, but we'll see what the chat say. I haven't got any vegetables from the chat, but this is only practice. But again, you've got to tag me in. You've got to put @culture. So here we go. If you do that tag there @CultureCats, it means it shows up on my side and I can see it. So gay potatoes, and so let's see who was right. And this is just a practice round.
Jeez. I'm going to tell you why the carnivore diet is the most elite diet in the fucking world. Do you understand? Look at that. Do you understand? Do you fucking understand or not? Do you understand? Carbs have been killing our people for years. Bread, pasta, rice, potatoes. Gay little potatoes. Imagine looking at a potato and going, "I'll eat it." Potato, bro. It's a fucking potato. It's fucking gay. No.
Apparently he's a millionaire, self-made millionaire, apparently. Something to do with OnlyFans.
And in one video clip, he has become a persona non grata to this island.
he's absolutely fantastic. So you would have, you said, I think 10, so you would have won because he said it 5 times, but the chat got the potatoes, that would have been 1 each. So that's basically what this first couple of rounds is going to be. Right, so this is serious now. And again, if you don't tag me in the chat by putting @culturecats, I'm not going to accept the answer. So this is for real now. What do you think his advice is to do on your very first date? Now you've got a flavour of Caveman Tate. What is the thing he recommends you do on your very first date with someone?
Oh, for God's sake. Jesus, he's that kind of dipshit. I've asked her if she's been with some other guy, and if she has, then no thank you.
Okay. Well, that's yours. So basically, if she's not inexperienced, shall we say, he's gonna give her the boot, and the chat say make the other person pay. We'll see who's closest, but this is Caveman Tate's advice for what you should do on your first date, and it's quite something.
Today I'm going to tell you guys why it's so important to whip it out, especially on the first date.
Whip it out.
So, all right.
We're getting a flavour for him. He actually became known. He was memed as Mr. Whip It Out because he said that clip got quite graphic, so I could only play the first bit. But Jenny was talking about whipping it on your hand, just whacking it out there. So I'm going to call that a draw because I think you were both quite far away. Okie dokie, next question. So it's nil apiece. So again, chat, you've got to tag me in like Jonas did earlier on. Just let me show you again. Or like this. If you don't tag me in, I can't see it. All right. So this question now is, he admits to drink driving. And he has a very, very good reason for drink driving. And he might have even said driving without insurance as well. Don't quote me on that. We'll see in the clip. But he admits to drink driving. He says he could have got arrested, but it's all right. Everything was fine. What was his reason or his justification for drink driving?
Most accidents are caused by sober people.
Yeah, which is true. Yeah, which is true. Most are. Okay, so yours is sober. Let's see what the chat say. Let's see what the chat. Oh, hello, Laura. Hello, Laura. Thank you. Right, and we've got the first person to tag me in is. Oh, it actually wasn't. It was Ian. Just beat you to it, your pal.
Yeah.
I was thirsty. So you've got sober people cause accidents, thirsty. In fact, I think your pal Al would have been closer. It just wasn't quite quick enough. So let's have a look at his reason for drink driving.
Geez, yesterday I was driving with no insurance, no road tax, no MOT, no license, drunk. Do you understand? I don't give a shit. That's like, what, 3 years in jail? I don't care. I've already been fucking done for drink driving. Do you understand? But this time, I was like, fuck it, bro, I'm horny. So I risked it, and nothing happened.
Yeah, he was horny. He was horny, so he risked it.
Sure. But he's a bit special.
He's a really special guy, isn't he? He's a really special guy. I've got a lot of time for him. These clips, by the way, were all taken from. It's pinned in the live chat. I'm going to keep saying it, and I've put his Twitter in the description. Nullen biscuit overlord on Twitter. Big fan of his. If you want to just see these little things of beauty that he tracks down out of nowhere, go and give him a follow. Say hi from me on Twitter. So I think, again, that was a tie. So I'm just going to say it's 0-0. This next one, I've got a feeling somebody's going to get. There's 2 questions here, because I have shown this clip before. Question number 1, in this clip, he's chewing some gum. What does he do with that gum? Question 3, he is talking about tipping when he goes on holiday. How much? The closest value is going to win here. How much does he want to tip everybody everywhere he goes when he goes on holiday?
He doesn't want to tip anyone anything. And the chewing gum under the chair, I guess. He seems the type.
Okay, so I'm going to judge the closest. We're definitely going to get a cool. Okay. We've got gum behind the ear, so that's with the gum. And Yunus says 50 quid. So yours is under the chair and nothing. And the chat say 50 quid and behind his ear. So let's have a look what he does with his gum and how much is he going to tip on his holidays.
Jeez, I'm going to Montenegro today. This is a new country I've never visited before in my life. Do you understand? So I'll be tipping heavy. I will tip very heavily to make a reputation for myself. Give it 3 days, everyone will know me, bruv. Everyone will know me. Do you understand? This is the game. You gotta learn it, bruv. Tip. Bring my food, £50 tip. Bring my car, £50 tip. £50 tip, £50 tip there, £50 tip there. Ooh, before they know it, Burkhan's known all over the fucking city.
Right.
The way just like fall out, just didn't bother.
Yeah, but yeah, you know, it can happen. Food just falls out of your mouth. Why not?
Why not? Well, I think that's one apiece because the chat said behind the ear and you said under the chair. Well, I think the chewing gum ended up closer to under the chair, so I think you get the point for that. But you said he wasn't going to tip anything. The chat said 50 quid. They got it bang on. So
yeah,
that's one apiece. I wish I could do like some kind of scoreboard.
50 quid, Jesus, yeah, okay. In Montenegro, yeah, he's got to be very popular, all right.
Oh, he's absolutely fantastic. Right, well, that's the end of the caveman tape round. So we're now going. I don't know how long this got. I don't know whether I've got enough clips really to last more than half an hour at this people going through it. But it is what it is. When we're done, we're done. Okay. The next one is going to be from one of Andrew Bridgen's experts that he put on his list. And I suppose this is going to see who watched my latest video and who didn't. It's from Jackie Devoy, talking about the ISS being fake. So let's get a flavour for her.
Of course, you know, still there's a lot of people who are open to various, so we say conspiracy theories, such as the moon landings and 9/11, but they still believe that the International Space Station exists. Shall we enlighten them? Let's enlighten them about the Imagine Space Station, as they call it.
So she obviously doesn't believe that the ISS exists. But my question to you is, what is her reason for not believing that she gives in that interview? So see what you think, and I'll look out in the chat. What's her reason for thinking that?
Oh, if only I could remember what she actually said. So I actually have to guess. Something green screens and harnesses.
Okay, so you say to do with green screens and harnesses. Yunus says it's about how they get supplies up to them. So that's the answer from the chat.
Oh, yeah. I think that is what she said.
It's a thing of beauty, is this? It's a thing of beauty.
Also, you see them like playing the guitar or wearing a gorilla suit. And it's like, well, how did that get there? Who posted that? What kind of delivery service delivers to some machine that's going at 17,000 miles an hour?
Fantastic.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
The ISS can't exist because UPS couldn't deliver to them is the greatest reason I've
What
ever
about
heard.
FedEx, though?
Yeah. We've got some Uber drivers where I live who I'm sure could make it. I'm sure they hit escape velocity. Okay. Next question. What is her advice, or what advice is she given by allegedly Dave about mortgages?
Or just don't pay them. They've been declared illegal in some worldwide.
Okay, we'll see what the chat say. So you say don't pay him. We'll see what the chat says.
Because I have heard this young man on his opinions on mortgages before.
Is he moves in a lot of mysterious circles. So we have Woodwork Learner, first one tag me, and also says, yeah, just to ignore them. So let's have a look at this hard-hitting financial advice. And if YouTube are reviewers looking at this isn't financial advice we're giving. This is financial advice we are laughing at because it's clearly ridiculous. Do the opposite of what's in this clip.
So as a person with a mortgage, so anyone listening who's got a mortgage, is there anything they can do to make themselves better off? I mean, do people have to repay these mortgages? Because we're obviously told you've borrowed this amount of money, you now have to repay it times 100 because of the interest. Is this true? Do we have to pay it back, and do we have to pay interest?
Technically, no, not at all, because they never gave you anything. In fact, there was a court case where essentially every mortgage on the face of the earth was nullified, made null and void.
Remember
And
something?
the bank's only defense was, well, the person's already been paying on it for 3 years. Now he can't complain.
Sorry, Arcanics. I obviously missed that. If you were first, sorry, but you were both correct. So that's one each. So at the minute, accidentally removed you from the stream. Then somehow I don't know why I did that. For the minute, you're 2-1 down, but you're in there. You're still fighting away. How does it feel? Tense?
Very. Oh yeah. It's gonna be penalty shootout. I can feel it.
It might just be. I've got a good round for it if it is. Okay. So that is the end of the Jackie Devoy round. And it's now 2-1 to the audience. So well done. If you've just joined the stream, if you want to give your suggestion, all you've got to do is tag my name in, and the first audience answer that comes up that's tagged in with me will be the audience's answer. So everybody who's playing. The next one, again, thank you to Biscuit Overlord. Pinned in the chat, go and follow him on Twitter. He dug out this amazing little clip, which was an interview between Mark Atwood and somebody else who has some very interesting ideas. And we've got 4 or 5 clips from him. Mark Atwood is pretty out there, by the way. This person is pretty much an expert on Leonardo da Vinci. And he tells us where Leonardo da Vinci actually came from originally. So where do you think Leonardo da Vinci, and I'm going to geographically, whoever's closest wins, where do you think this man thinks he originally come from?
I'm baffled by how he can think he's from anywhere else than Italy, but let's just, I don't know, say Mars, because if he's very out there, then let's just go for that one.
So you got Mars. Arcanic says the moon. Let's have a look where Leonardo da Vinci actually came from.
What you have on the moon is an advanced soul pool. That is where Leonardo is from.
An advanced soul pool on the moon. To the audience, get that. Well done.
I've only got a basic one in the backyard.
A soul pool.
Yeah, don't you?
I don't even know what a soul pool is. I'll be honest. But no. Okay. Question number 2. He now tells us that Leonardo da Vinci. I keep wanting to say Leonardo DiCaprio for some reason. If I do, I mean Da Vinci. We now know he's from the moon, but what actually is the moon?
I mean, it's got an advanced soul pool, so that's. I mean, I don't know. Let's go for the classic plasma.
Plasma. Let's have a look. Who's everyone in the chat says the first one from the chat comes from Alan, who says cheese. So we've got plasma or cheese. Let's have a look. What is the moon?
The moon, according to Leonardo da Vinci, and therefore it is correct, is something that was made to look like a satellite, made to look like a planet. It is a way station. It has many races on there on different frequencies of life. So we can't necessarily see them. They exist in multiple dimensions at one time. So the moon is really the first heaven, the world of Venus.
So it's a space station, but it's also the heaven and Venus all in one go.
All of those things were words, yes.
Yeah. They were all words. Now that was close. You said plasma. I've got to decide whose answer was closer, and the audience might kick me for this, but you 3-1 down, and I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and give you that, so it's 3-2. Although it could have gone the other way. Could have gone the other way because both plasma and cheese are also words. So you could have got that. But the audience are winning 3-2. Next question. This fella is actually, I can't tell you this because he belongs to a soul group. Okay. See what, I don't even know what a soul group is, but there are other souls in this soul group and they're all famous scientists. If you can name just one, I'll give you 4 guesses. And if you name just one of them, then that's a correct answer. Chat the same as well. So I'll look out for any for the first option in the chat. Name your 4 famous scientists. Off you go.
Famous scientists. Okay. Hawking, Newton, Einstein, and I don't know. Let's go for Marie Curie because let's have one woman in there as well.
Okay. Nathan Thompson. Yeah, soul group. It just hit me. LOA, I'm taking that. Okay, so you both said Newton. So if Newton's one of those, let's see who's in his soul group.
I've managed to understand certain members of my soul group, and they've been with me all of my life, preparing me for a particular individual. And that individual has actually done the foreword for this book, and it's Leonardo da Vinci. But in our soul group is me, Leonardo da Vinci, Nikola Tesla, and Sir Isaac Newton.
Of course, Tesla. Who wasn't really a scientist, but anyways.
It's a draw, 3-2 because you both got that. Turquoise Lawyer says advert. I haven't pressed any advert button. Yeah, I don't know. There is a new setting on YouTube now that says let YouTube self-insert the ads, but I've clicked that. I assume that meant like post video. So if you are getting adverts live, I do apologize for that, and I won't press that button next time. I thought it just meant that it would automatically insert them at the end. So sorry everybody if you are. Yeah. Okay. So if there are a few of you getting ads, I apologize for that. I've obviously misinterpreted what that button meant. I'll not press it next time. I just thought it meant it would add them at the end in automatic positions. Sorry. Nothing I can do about it now, though, but I'm not manually inserting them. Okay. So he's in a soul group with Isaac Newton, Tesla, whoever the other one was, he said, and Leonardo da Vinci. So he's a clever guy. And in that soul group, he gets given lots of mathematical equations. And I'm going to give you 4 things that these equations are going to allow him to do. And I want you to tell me which one is the lie. Which one have I made up? Okay. So number 1, these mathematical equations show him how to defy gravity and allow people to fly. Number 2, to use the Earth as some kind of free energy capacitor. Number 3, to open portals. And number 4, to essentially cure any disease. So which one of those have I made up?
I mean, he's got Tesla in there. There must be free energy. He's got Newton in there. There must be something with gravity. So now it's a toss-up. But none of these guys really has anything to do with diseases. So I'm going to go with curing all diseases.
Okay, so you say curing all diseases. And if I can find the first one, it comes from Arcanics. Hello, sir. He says the gravity one. Let's have a look. Which one did I make up?
I've been absolutely bombarded with physics equations that take me from using the Earth as a free energy capacitor through to how to create portals, and I even have the mathematics of how to cure every known disease to man.
Chat was right. Unfortunately,
no flying. I'm very, very disappointed.
I know you think Newton, gravity. I mean, like you thought. The problem is you thought logically in a world where logic is like completely foreign. It's very, very odd. Okie dokie. So you're 4-2 down. There is time to pull it back. Are you confident?
No.
You see what kind of quiz it is. It's an odd one. Okie dokie. Now this again, I've played this clip now in about 2 videos, maybe 3 videos. So I expect somebody in the chat is going to have seen this and get this right. So there's pressure on you here. Otherwise, you could be going 5-2 down.
Oh, no.
Matt Letizia appeared on Tom Numbers' Numerology channel. And Tom Numbers basically was talking about something that ties the universe together with him and Ricky Lambert, another ex-footballer. And he alluded to a device that was made in a fictional film as somehow being a real part of this numerology, a real thing that's somehow woven into tying the universe together. What piece of equipment does he keep mentioning, and what film is it from?
The hell? That one I can't remember even hearing about. He's that far out, is he? I mean, I don't know. Let's go for something ridiculous. Back to the Future, the flux capacitor, or rather the other way around, the flux capacitor, and
flux capacitor, Back to the Future. Right? Let's have a look. I love this clip.
This is the one we got, boys. So yesterday, if you can see that, the Arcturian Council 215 comes to Inspector Clueless. So that was yesterday's paper. But if you just do Arcturian Council, it takes us back to 182, which is Matt and my topic we always talk about is the flux capacitor. And you're talking about it being time travel and being affecting time. So I think, Matt, when we were getting the flux capacitor stuff over the last few months, 182, that comes to Arcturian Council, and it's like, why did I get that? Why did you get that? Why did we get synchronicity between ourselves? And why are we here with Mark and with Ricky? And we've seen ships, and it's like we're all connected.
Matt, have you seen ships?
Not clearly. I do in the summer. I do like sit out in the garden on my hammock and just have a look up at the stars.
That was also special.
It was extremely special. I mean, it was fantastic. It was a thing of beauty. But yeah, the flux capacitor, which gets mentioned a lot with Tom numbers. So I mean, good luck to him. He obviously he's interested in it. I have seen some answers in the chat that didn't tag me in, and it's just it doesn't show up on my screen. When you tag me in on my screen, it gets highlighted as orange, which is how I can see it and bring it up straight away. So if you put an answer in and you're first, and I'm not pulling it up, it's because it's not instantly like obvious to me in the chat. So do just tag like this here. Do just tag like at Culture Cats, and then it will flash up. And the first one to do it, get the answer. Okay, so it's 4-2 still, and we are now on to 8 points left. It's the Peter and Pete round.
Oh God.
It is also the last round. So I think
is their channel still around? Is it?
Unfortunately, so yeah. But this is going to be some of the big hitters that I have. I've tried to include clips that I've seen that you've seen before on this, because some of the clips that I pull from Twitter, nobody will have ever seen. So these ones you've seen before, maybe give people a bit more of a chance. The idea is basically I just want the audience to either answer as Peter and Pete, like it's something that they said, or not Peter and Pete, and it's something that they've not said. Okay. So for example, if I said to you, Peter and Pete claimed that you could turn an elephant into a tangerine by breaking wind, right? You would probably type not Peter and Pete, because even they wouldn't say something like that. Okay.
Give it time. Give it time.
Give it time. Yeah, they might. So we'll start. Some of these are pretty well-known clips. Okay, so question 1. Did Peter and Pete suggest that metals contain hydrogen?
Yes.
So they did. First one from the chat to tag me in and type either Peter and Pete or not Peter and Pete. Metals contain hydrogen. There's a bit of a delay, so I'll do a bit of a dance while it comes through. Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah, we've got there's a load of those came up. Load of the Peter and Pete Shea. I don't remember Pete Shea. He was a legend. Okay, so let's have a look. Did Peter and Pete say that metals contain hydrogen?
On our main thing, I thought metals didn't contain hydrogen. Well, if you thought that, then I would suggest that opinion is wrong.
Yeah, that opinion is wrong if you thought they didn't contain hydrogen. Metals contain...
Yes.
You got it right. Okay.
I mean,
Peter...
metal hydrates are a thing, but that's not really what they mean.
Exactly. Yeah. They are talking literally about the elemental metal, aren't they? Next question then. Did Peter and Pete say that pigeons were a form of fish?
No.
Let's see what the chat say. So just type Peter and Pete or not Peter and Pete. Pigeons are a form of fish. Okay, Yorkie Miller says not. And you both ran that. I made that up. They didn't say that. Did they say that you can make carbon dioxide using a bicycle pump?
Yes.
See what the chat says. Carbon dioxide using a bicycle pump. What does the chat say? Arcanics, no, I can see you there, but were you the first? Oh, yeah, it's me just not looking very good on the screen, Arcanics. Sorry about that. Okay, so Peter and Pete, got you that time. So you both say they did say you could make carbon dioxide using an oxygen pump, the bicycle pump. Here's what they actually said.
You guys are going to love this one because you and me have said in the past, we have actually said to one another in the past, and that is, if we can get some oxygen, make some oxygen. Absolutely, yeah, we've cracked, especially using a bike pump.
There's oxygen.
Oh, damn!
Darn it! No, nobody gets that. Nobody gets that, unfortunately. Did they say that diamond is not made of carbon?
Can't remember that one, but that sounds like something silly they'd be saying, so I'm gonna go with yes.
Okay, so you say yes, they're made of carbon. So chat, I'm looking for you to tag me in and type either Peter and Pete. Here we go, first one. Peter and Pete, yeah. Okay. So you both say yes. Were we correct?
And you still think a diamond is made of carbon? Well, it's our view that view is absolutely wrong.
Yeah, that's very well-founded view, I guess.
It's amazing what you come up with. Did they say that? Excuse me. That calcium was not a metal.
That also sounds like something silly they're gonna say. Did they? They probably never spent much thought on calcium, so I'm gonna go with no.
You're going with no. They didn't say it wasn't a metal. Let's see what the chat say. If I just squeeze to the chat. And this one. I can't actually were. I did spot that one. You were first. Not Peter and Pete. So you both say no to calcium not being a metal. Here's what they said.
You thought calcium was a metal. Well, you
are wrong
in our opinion.
So it's like when you're getting them right, you're both getting them right. When you're getting them wrong, you're both getting them wrong. And there's still got that gap. There's about 3 questions left, and you're 2 points behind. 2 points. You can do it, but did they say that photosynthesis? Oh no, they did say that. So I was trying to make that one up. And I think they did actually. I'm going to say, did they say photosynthesis doesn't exist? And I think they actually did do a video where they said there was no such thing as photosynthesis. I might be wrong, but I'm not wrong. Did they say that clouds were made of sugar?
No.
No. Okay. See what the chat says. Clouds made of sugar. What does the chat say? If I'm accepting the first answer that comes my way. Here we go. Peter and Pete. So.
Surely not.
Well, let's have a look. Are clouds made of sugar? One of you is going to get a point here. If I can find it.
Could clouds be made of salt?
Salt?
Yeah, that makes lots more sense, no?
You got the point. You got the point because they didn't say sugar. There's only if you get this one. I mean, the only way to win, I think, from this point is to see what the chat say and then say the opposite. I mean, I'm just trying to give you a tip there. You go all in. Because if you say the same as them, you simply can't win.
Oh, no.
So my question is, did they say that respiration, as in like, human respiration, wasn't real?
That's bizarre.
I can bring up what the chat say first, so you know.
No need. So they claim people don't really breathe the way they're saying we breathe, or not at all, or something.
The chemical process of respiration. It's like the conversion of glucose.
Yeah. If it's specific, then they probably did say that. But I just gotta go for no then, just for the heck of it.
You've got to, because otherwise you say the same as the chat and then you don't close ground. Laura, yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind you giving the tennis result, unless Timo, do you watch tennis? Did you not want a spoiler?
No, I couldn't care less.
So yeah, feel free, Laura, to put it in the chat. Let's see what they said. So you say no, they didn't. The chat say yes, they did.
There's no oxygen in the air, so we can't breathe it in. We can't have cellular respiration.
Cellular respiration, which means, therefore, that we do not exhale CO2 as by virtue of that.
There is no oxygen in the air. Okay.
They said that before they said that.
You guys are going to love this one because
you and me have said in the past, we have actually said to one another in the past, and that is, if we can get some oxygen, make some oxygen.
Absolutely, yeah,
We've cracked it.
especially.
So they said there's no oxygen in the air, and then they said we're going to make some oxygen with a bike pump. So I don't know. So they did say respiration wasn't real.
Oh no!
And I know you had to go the other way. I know you would have got it right, but you just had to do the opposite. Have I got one? Oh no, there is one more. That would have been a no, there isn't. That is it. That is it. So
oh no,
we're out of questions, and it came down to the last question. You could have leveled it, and I did have one for a penalty shootout, just one question. But I'm going to have to save that for the next stream. Timo, I really appreciate you coming on. I hope it's not going to ruin your weekend that you just got pipped at the post.
I mean, I'll curl up and cry a little bit afterwards, but it'll be fine eventually. You know, in a year or two, I'll be over it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I feel really I brought you here under false pretenses, but the chat you played really, really well. The chat, you've done a great job. Jonas, do I have another song? I don't have another song lined up in here. No, sorry. So the chat have won. I'm gonna end the stream now. I don't want to stream for too long. Once we're done, we're done. And
that's good fun. Thank you.
I just appreciate your time so much, and we will. I'm going to try and make these a monthly thing. I think I have managed to do that just about. So, Arcanix, there we go. You won for being a good sport, which you were. So thank you very much. And I'll hit end.
Why, thank you.
Well, in fact, I'll let you say whatever you want, and then when you say end, I'll hit the end. Timo, you get the last word.
Oh, bye-bye, and thanks everyone for being here. End.